I have to admit, I had a couple slices of it last weekend. It's still fabulous. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, well, fantastic, Nick. Sounds like you are not short on pumpkin roll, so that's good to hear. And you can enjoy both of them when it gets to you. I actually forgot about that pumpkin roll, so yeah, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we make them up a bunch throughout the year. Well, this time of year I make them, and if I have extras, they sit in the freezer until I do something with them. Sometimes we end up having one or two sitting in the freezer, and I'm like, July, I'm like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this pumpkin roll in the freezer because I want to fill that spot with meat. And that's what happened with Field Day. Okay, next we're gonna talk to KI5 DAY Alan. See what he's got going on. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, you asked me what's going on. Well, I'll tell you, I wake up in the morning, I step outside, I take a deep breath and get real high and scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? That's what's going on. What else? For the regular trivia, I'm going to go ahead and go with B for Silent Night. For my own trivia, I'm going to add another alternate answer for myself. E for pumpkin roll. Love me some pumpkin roll, man. That's some good stuff with some coffee. Oh, son! Anyway. That's about all I got, and I'm just sitting here waiting to get some answers, and then I'm going to go chill, watch a little TV, and head back to the Big W after 2 weeks of vacation. Oh, the humanity going back. But I only got a 3-day work week ahead, and I get 4 more days off. I hate when that happens. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. And I would say if you were a bit closer, you'd have one. Well, you would not have one in your hands right now, but you would theoretically have one coming your way in your hands. But anyway, thanks for checking in there, Alan. Thanks for doing the alternate trivia, and I appreciate it. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. Doctor and I control team. I'm going to do another round of check-ins. If you want to check in to the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically along with your name and location. All right, well, nothing heard there. Maybe it's time to get some trivia answers. Let's go talk to K8VZA and get the... Oh, I should get my answers. My answer is going to be Bravo and Charlie. Eric, Bravo and Charlie. And I already told you guys what I did the whole weekend, so I don't have to get into too much more of that. Yeah, that's my answers. And let's talk to Eric and get our answers to the primary trivia. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with the main trivia answer. So the first music ever broadcast over the airwaves in 1906 on Christmas Eve was which one? Dun, da, da, da. It was Charlie, Oh Holy Night. Let me take a break for time. I'll read the backstory. KE8VZA returning. On Christmas Eve 1906, wireless radio operators on board ships from the North Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico heard something startling through their headphones. Normally, the radio men would listen through the static for dots and dashes of Morse code, but on that night, over a century ago, they heard something different. They heard music, the song Oh Holy Night. No one recorded that historic broadcast, though, but historians aren't even sure the birth of radio broadcasting happened precisely on Christmas Eve, but that's just how the story goes. But what we do know about that time, a Canadian scientist named Reginald Fessenden used a microphone and a transmitter to launch a sea change in American life, and at the same time became the world's first DJ. There you have it. Charlie, Oh Holy Night for main trivia. KE8VZA, back to net control.
thank you for helping me get that one wrong, Eric. I appreciate it. Let's get on and talk to KF5DAY Alan to see what the answer is for the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Well, I got that one wrong. By golly, I could have swore it was Silent Night. I thought that, who knows, who cares? I didn't consult Google like I should have, like 10% of the people in here do. Hi. What else was I going to say? Man, dadgummit, you know, if something pops in your head and then it goes away and a flock of birds fly by and a squirrel. But, yeah. Oh, Fesseldin, or whatever the name is that Eric said. Fesseldin? Like he's a Cornwaldo Bean cousin. He must be, because, man, a name like that, you can't not be a Cornwaldo Bean cousin. Okay, my alternate trivia question was as followed. Let me let this drop first because it's kind of long. Here we go. A young man named Benjamin. That's not funny. A young man named Benjamin from Australia was in the news about 10 years ago after being involved in a bad car crash. When Benjamin woke up from his coma, he had a bit of an issue both him and his family had to deal with until he began to regain normal brain function. What was Ben's unusual affliction? Chosen A was waking up speaking in Mandarin Chinese. B was waking up experiencing pains like only relates to what a pregnant woman experiences for 4 months. C, Benjamin woke up believing he knew how to assemble a nuclear propulsion reactor. And D, Benjamin woke up thinking he was the son of Benoit Cornwaldo Bean. Let me let this drop and I'll give the answer. Strange as it sounds, Benjamin, when he woke up, he was speaking Mandarin Chinese. There's a syndrome. There's actually 4 syndromes. One's called foreign accent syndrome, one's called bilingual aphasia, one's called foreign language syndrome, and one's called dream-induced language activation. And they all relate to people waking up speaking in a different language or a different accent. And it happens more than you would expect, as strange as it is. Benjamin, however, he was a man named Benjamin McMahon from Australia. He was speaking Mandarin Chinese. Oddly, he had taken Chinese courses in high school for a couple years, and he was okay at Chinese. He knew a little bit, but he didn't know enough. But when he woke up, he couldn't speak in his native Aussie tongue, so he was speaking Chinese. Let me let this drop again.
W8WKY.
But over time, he was able to start regaining his language back, and during that time, though, as he started to regain normalcy, he decided to go full scale into Mandarin Chinese language since he had taken a couple of years and he woke up in that weird situation. So he started going to school more for it, and he enrolled in Mandarin classes at Melbourne University, and he's represented Australia now in international language competitions. He also hosts a Chinese television show and organizes Mandarin walking tours. Life is strange. KI5DAY, back to Ned.
All right, well, thank you all for helping get another one wrong there. You know, as the net control, I should exert my prerogative and encourage the trivia masters to adjust the answers to my answers when I give them, so I don't get them wrong. But I guess I can let that slide for now. Anyway, thanks for doing the alternate trivia there, Alan. I appreciate it. And, yeah, this is K8QKO on the W8WKO repeater 147 Mark 3. I know, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. So we're going to do one more. And I say one more round of check-ins or rechecks. If you want to check in or recheck the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Victor Echo 3 Delta Alpha Charlie VE3 BAC. Name here is Matt.
All right, I got Victor Echo 3 Delta Alpha Charlie Max. Is that correct?
That is correct. Name here is spelled Mike Alpha Tango Tango. I'm on via EchoLink, so there may be a bit of a delay, but otherwise, yeah, that is correct.
All right, copy that, sir. Matt, we got you down for Matt. That's Victor Echo 3, Delta Alpha Charlie, Matt. All right. I'm going to put you on hold for a moment and see if there's anybody else that wants to check in. So anyone else that wants to check in, please call now. All right, let's go up to Victor Echo 3, Delta Alpha Charlie. Matt, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Well, not much here. I just saw it, somebody streaming beacon net on YouTube there, and it popped up on my front page, and figured I'd join up and see how things are going here. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, well, thank you, Matt. Yeah, I often forget that gets streamed on YouTube. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. I did tell my kid once, I'm like, hey, your dad's a YouTube guy now. So you go watch this on YouTube. He turned it on for 30 seconds and turned it off. Because, he watches all the other YouTube things. So he thought I was like some kind of YouTube star. I didn't realize it was boring for him. But, yeah, well, yeah, good to have you. The Beacon Net, we do meet every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And so, yeah, we're on YouTube. We use NetLogger to log our nets. We got a little instant message screen where people chat a lot. And a lot of digital notes. So you're welcome to come back anytime. Happy to have you. And, yeah, thanks for checking in. I said one more round, but we'll try one more time and see if anybody else wants to get in after Matt there. If you want to get into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. I guess it's time to wrap this thing up. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8VZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, KD8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the W8WKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink W8WKY-R. You're welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the W8WKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use this time, 73 all.
This is VE3, DAC. I am getting 7 3s here since I guess the net is closed. EchoLink has been a bit staticky for me. I'm not sure if that's on the repeater or on my end. Over.
Well, this is KJ5ATA. I heard you last. Anyways, yeah. Network is done. But anyways, it's all good. This is KJ5ATA, Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha, guy from Georgetown, Texas.
So, KCFQ, I wonder if this wasn't a record for amount of text in a text box. 519, 24 monitoring, and 39 check-ins. That's not a high number for the check-ins. Well, it's good conversation, I think.
Yeah, KJ5ATA. Yeah, sounds like it was a really, really good response for the network, and yeah, really good. I guess this has something to do with Thanksgiving. Not sure, but that's okay. It's all good. Yeah. Ohio, I bet it's getting kind of cool up there. Yeah, I can understand that. I bet the trees, I don't know if they've already got the leaves already off of them, or I don't know. But I know what that Midwestern thing is like. Being down here in Texas, it's a little bit different. Anyways, it was KJ5ATA.
W8W.
Hey, Guy. I don't know where everybody else went, but that was someone on Fireside keying up repeatedly. Good to hear you tonight, man. KD8SLG.
Hey, Nick, KCFQ, you hear we had 519 on the text box tonight? 39 check-ins. That was a stellar number, but 519 on the text. And I'm trying to think, I can't recall what the number of monitor was, 24 or something. I have to go back and look. KCFQV.
Yeah, this is KJ5ATA. I'm listening to this network, Sundays, Wednesdays. It's always good, entertaining. I used to live up there in those parts. Actually, I live in Findlay, Ohio, many years ago. And yeah, I know what that's all about. All like that. I got some relatives in Mansfield and such, and still there. That's where they still are, and all this. And so it's old stomping grounds for me. And it kind of like I don't know if I miss it, but I remember it. So yeah, that's the way that is. Anyways, yeah, like the net, no doubt about it. This is KJ5ATA.
KJ5ATA, KDSLG. Yeah, it's getting to be winter up here. Winter is coming. You know nothing, Jon Snow. And Mark, yeah, anytime Alan's in the blue screen, we get some pretty crazy numbers there. We get more on for Sundays than Wednesdays, though, because I don't engage nearly as much on Wednesday nights because I'm busy listening to people and keep keeping up with NetLogger. But Sunday nights, yeah, just as much going on in the blue screen as there is on the net. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits tonight. It's good talking to all y'all. KJ5ATA, KC8FQV, it's KD8SLG. I'm going to clear, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, morning comes early. That's what I'm going to do, but I know it won't happen. But, yeah, there's a net that comes on at 2 in the morning, but I fall asleep, and if it says if nature calls, then I might check in. It all depends on what nature does. KCFQV will catch people in the morning.
Yeah, this is Guy, KJ5ATA, from Georgetown, Texas. Yeah, once again, 73s, and it's all good. You bet. Well, it's time for me to lie down too. Even though I'm an hour earlier than you guys, still kind of late. Anyways, night night.